Yo, what's going on, boys? How you doing, Vladdy? Maka's in here. Hamza, Gravesh, Steve-O. Great week here. Nailed almost everything. Nailed calls all day, and then we switched to puts at the perfect time. I don't know if you guys can confirm that. But we nailed a bunch of trades today. If you're in MSL, congratulations on a great week. And it's not even Friday yet. Tomorrow should be setting up for some fireworks depending on where we open. Debt ceiling vote is tonight at 7:30. So whichever way that goes is a big deal. Make sure you pay attention to that. Other than that, let's just get straight into it. So SPY. Obviously, massive gap up. We had calls last night. We were peeling off this morning. I told everyone just sit on your hands, chill. Let's see the next move. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Gravinder? What's up, Optimus? How you guys doing? So this morning we were peeling off the UPST calls for over 100%. Jumia was over 100%. We hit Dawkin. Dawkin was over 100%. What else did we hit? I don't even remember how many names we hit. RTX was up big this morning. Boeing was up big this morning. We hit all of these plays. And then I told you guys after taking profits, just chill, wait for the next direction. It's not all bullish yet. What's up, Phil? How you doing? We're still in a downtrend. What's going on, CJ? How you doing? So we're peeling off calls all day up here. Obviously, we're just going sideways. I said as long as we held above 440, we're fine. End of the day, I seen some crossovers on the moving averages, and it just reminded me of what happened earlier this week, which was Tuesday. So if you look at the similarities here, we had a huge run right at the beginning of the day, right? And then we went sideways for almost the entire day. And at the end of the day, we absolutely dumped. So I seen a lot of similarities there. We entered puts right here when we crossed over the moving averages. Those puts went to 100% at the end of the day. So if you got them, congrats. If you didn't, it's okay. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's a new day tomorrow. Nailed those. Other than that, I'll have my levels for you guys later tonight. And we will see what happens tomorrow. Other than that, we're still in a downtrend. We did not break anything. This is another bounce, so we're in a clear downtrend here, right? Let me get rid of these lines for you guys. Very clear, the bears are in control. So what happens in a bear market, I told you guys, bear markets are very fun because the market takes the stairs up and the elevators down, right? But the problem with people trading in a bear market is the bounces are wicked. And the thing is, most people tend to go long. Most people want the stock market to go up in the long term. They have long-term accounts, whatever, so they automatically have a bias towards the long side. They don't like shorting as much. Whereas me, I don't give a shit if the market is going up or down. I'll trade it either way. And bear markets are actually, puts make money way faster than bulls do. And that's why I love bear markets. So we're in a downtrend, very clear downtrend. Huge gap down, big bounce. We didn't even get past the highs of before the gap down. So then we gapped all the way down. We lost the lows. We bounced up. We didn't even get to the high of this bounce, which is very concerning. So as long as we stay under 44467, I am bearish. I am bear. Whatever you want to call it, I don't care. The number is 44489. As long as we stay under 44489, every bounce should be sold. You should not be looking for a longer term swing play. As long as we are under 444.89 on SPY, you can say 445 if you want. Same thing, it's 11 cents, right? Come on, guys. But 445, as long as we're under there, we are in a bear market. The trend is your friend. The more you fight the trend, the more money you lose. What's up, Nikonj? What are you doing? Peter? And every single bounce should just be sold, or every bounce should be shorted. Like I told you guys, in a bull market, buy the dip. In a bear market, sell the rip or short the bounce. Either or. Other than that, everything is still in a downtrend. Bears are still in control unless we confirm this bounce and go take out 445. Until that day, we are still in a bear market right now. QQQ, same exact action as SPY. I don't have to go over it again. It was just dump at the end of the day. Qs are the weakest right now, especially with the inflation pressures and the rates rising and everything. We're not even close to this level. QQQ's level is 374. As long as we're under 374, this is a sell the rip market. This is not a longer term swing market play. For scalping, for volatility, this is an amazing market. As you guys have been seeing in the group, we've been just absolutely smashing shorts. Other than that, same thing. XLF is a bit stronger than the other ones. I can tell even before looking at it. But let's take a look at the daily here. XLF actually hit an all-time high today. So we hit an all-time high and sold off immediately. That's not a good sign. Not big volume. I think XLF comes right back down into this range between 38.75 and 38. And especially with this this is a reversal candle on the daily. The big upper wick means people were taking profits. As soon as we got to all-time highs, people are selling their financials and are coming back down. So let's see if we hold 38.75 and make our way back to all-time highs. That's very bullish, but if we break 38.75, we might be stuck in this little equilibrium for a while now, 38.75 to 38. Let's see what happens tomorrow, but it looks bearish right now. We did get all-time highs, there's no doubt, XLF, but XLF is not going to go anywhere with Qs dumping like this and SPY dumping like this. XLF is not going anywhere, so financials should come right back down into the range, in my opinion. IWM was the strongest today. We closed above every level, but IWM's been sideways for almost a year now. Since February of this year, we've been completely sideways. So if IWM breaks up, we can take the market up, but I don't see a breakup coming on it now. Why would it come now after February? We've been at the same freaking spot the entire time. IWM is small caps, by the way, for the newcomers. XLF financials, QQQ is tech, and SPY is a mixture of tech, XLF, IWM, and a bunch of others. ES, we had those magic levels yesterday. I told you guys 43.35 was the vol trigger. The vol trigger means everyone was short here. All the hedge funds, the big boys, they had shorts that they put on at 43.55. So as soon as we broke 43.55, look at the run, just straight up in a line. Why? Because all those shorts are getting slowly squeezed out. That's why the name of this video is Short Squeeze. Again, if this video starts lagging, I'm sorry, my computer gets hot during the trading day. If it starts lagging, just leave. It'll be posted on YouTube right after I'm done, and you can watch it in 10-15 minutes if it is lagging. And I'm sorry about that, there's nothing I can do. We broke through the vol trigger, squeezed all day, got to way up here, and then end of day we dumped just like Tuesday, exact same action. VIX, the same thing. We still are in search of a daily higher low. If this is the low on VIX, we can continue to go down in the market. So you see what I mean? Look at this. They put in the low, then they put in a higher low, then they put in a higher low and another higher low. If this is the higher low, VIX is going to go and test 2474 yet again for the 6th or 7th time. And if it gets through 2474, this market is going to come way down. SPY is going to come way right back down to test these lows back here if VIX gets back here. TLT is something you should keep on your screen. It is the bonds. When the bonds, sometimes when people are scared of the market, they rotate into bonds, so keep an eye on those ones. Other than that, the indexes, we're done. Let me just minimize this. Hold on. Leave me alone. All right, let's go over some individual stocks today. So some of the stocks we nailed today are up here. UPST crushed it. Obviously, ended the day very, very weak. But one thing I was watching on UPST is we had a massive bounce. So we went from 281, we bounced all the way to 323. So almost a $43 move on UPST in 3 days. Obviously due for some consolidation. This is not the worst candle in the world. There is a upper wick for profit taking, but there is also a lower wick, which they bought the dip. So all in all, the UPST candle is not that bad. We'll see what happens. It looks like the same candle here and where we ripped for the next 3 days as well. And also on Netflix, I noticed the same candle in that huge play I had the other day. You see how we had a huge green candle? The next day was exactly like this. Big upper wick of profit taking, but they did buy the dip off the 21 day. And then after that, we just went raging for days and days and days. So let's see if we are near anything on here. Doesn't look like we're near, oh, the moving averages. Yeah, the 8-day moving average is at 306 on UPST. We closed at 307.38. So we are protecting the 8-day moving average. That's all that matters. As long as we're above the 8-day moving average, UPST is absolutely fine. I have no doubt in my mind that this one goes to all-time highs by next week if there's no secondary offering and if the market doesn't crash. So UPST is very strong. I'm still in those calls, the roll-ups to 350s for next week. Let's see what it does tomorrow. Amazon, big bounce today. End of the day, we didn't sell off as badly as I thought we would on Amazon, but obviously not the greatest chart. The last time that this chart looked like this was Tuesday. So I'm going to show you guys Tuesday just for some reference. Look at this. So this was Tuesday right here. Big run up, and then we dumped down just like today. And the next day, why is this all messed up on the y-axis? Hold on. Yeah, so Tuesday, big run up, and then we dumped into end of the day, and then the next day we made a new low within the first half an hour, and then we ripped the rest of the day. So make sure you watch Amazon for a similar type move tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, about half hour in-ish, if we make a new low and we're oversold or almost oversold, Amazon might just rip for the rest of the day. So keep an eye on Amazon. If we gap down large tomorrow, wait for 20-30 minutes, and then we might have a big 1000x lotto. You guys know what we do on Amazon. RTX here, I just love this chart. Favorite chart in the stock market that I see. Weekly chart shows all-time highs. Turkey and a couple other people were telling me TradingView is wrong and there wasn't a different all-time high. If there was, that sucks, but I still love the chart. I don't really care. TradingView showing me a beautiful chart. I'm going to take TradingView's word for it. Big breakout today. Let's see if we can close strong tomorrow. If we close above $90 tomorrow, I have no doubt in our play for October 29th. I think we're going to get paid very nice on those. The Greeks on those options are very good as well. Option Sniper told me, so keep an eye on those. Boeing, I sold most of it today for 365 from 3. It was just taking too long. I mean, the market was showing weakness at the end of the day, like I told you guys, if it was a reverse of Tuesday. And if you guys look at these, the reason for my play is the weekly chart. So obviously, the only thing we need for Boeing this week is a close above 223.76, which is a 50-day moving average. We closed today at 226.50, so unless we drop like more than $3 tomorrow on Boeing, the weekly play is still intact. The only reason I sold is the weekly play. Every time it breaks out, like if you see back here, the 9-week breakout, we just went 3 weeks straight up. The 21-week breakout, we went like 6 weeks straight up. 9-week breakout, 6 weeks straight up. 10-week breakout, 3 weeks straight up. This time, we broke out, and this is the second week, and we haven't even broken last week's high. So I really want Boeing to close above 230 tomorrow. If it does that, I'll hold the rest of my position. If it doesn't, the play is still there, but I'm less confident in the play unless we close above 230 tomorrow. 223.76 is the technical level it needs to close above, but 230 would be ideal. If we close above 230 tomorrow, BA is absolutely fine for next week. Facebook, all the bad news, everything, it's dumping way harder than Amazon and everything else. As you guys see, well below low of the day today. This one for equity might be fine long term, but for right now, I have a feeling, I've been through these bad reports before, and I have a feeling this is not the only report that's going to come out. That whistleblower will be followed by someone else, in my opinion, and Facebook has one more leg down before we actually jump into equity or long-term leaps or anything. And the number I want on Facebook personally to start a position is the 200-day moving average at 316. So that's the magic number for me on Facebook to start a long-term position. Anything other than that, I'm not worried. If I miss it, I don't care. It's just Facebook. What the hell is Facebook going to do, right? But Facebook, solid company. 316 would be a gift in my opinion. Let's see if we get down there and get an entry. Airbnb, didn't even watch it today, was stronger than the others, just sideways all day. The only number that matters to me on Airbnb should be written here already. 154.50 is where I want equity or leaps. Other than that, it's just scalps and short-term plays. 154.50 is where I take longer-term positions. SE, we're in equity from like 300% ago, as we called out a long time ago. Looked great today, broke out above the range. It looked like it was going back to all-time highs, and look what it did. Everyone took profits, and we ended up right back into my range. So the range for SE is 325 to 315. And a longer-term swing on SE cannot be made unless we close outside one of these two levels. Today we closed at 324.25. So if you want to take leaps or more equity, or you want to play a longer-term options contract, you need a close above 325 or a close below 315 for puts. It's the only two numbers that matter on SE, in my opinion. Still one of my favorite stocks in the market. If you've seen my RRSP account, you'd know why it's one of my favorite accounts, or favorite stocks, sorry. mRNA looks like trash. It looks like a retest of 288 is coming. That's where the next support is. If we get down to 288, it might be worth opening a leap play on Moderna. I mean, booster shots aren't going anywhere. COVID is not going anywhere. They're going to force you to get vaccines for years. This is they're building new plants in Africa to meet the demand. 288 might be great for leaps or equity. Other than that, I don't really like it right now. Scalps are great on this name. It moves very fast. There's a lot of IV. Merck creating the COVID pill, spiked up today. It's just consolidating. This chart looks beautiful in my opinion. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this Merck chart. We're holding the gap up. Yesterday we went in, tested the gap, and now it looks like we're reversing. So we just needed to cool off the RSI and everything. Again, this is a massive, massive company worth billions and billions of dollars. So we gapped up, we consolidated, and now it looks like it's on its way back to all-time highs, which is at 84.56. That's the only number that matters on Merck. To the downside, I would just use today's low as a stop, which is 81. Under 81, no bueno. On top, we're going to 84.50. FedEx. FedEx long term, I actually like starting a position here. It's well under all the moving averages. It could have another leg down, but I mean, it's FedEx. FedEx is not going anywhere. It doesn't matter how much shipping costs. It doesn't matter. They already lost so much value. This is one of the strongest companies in the world. It was $318 last year. And it was down 100 points. It lost 1/3 of its value. FedEx is down 33% in value. Do you think people don't ship stuff anymore? You think Amazon doesn't use FedEx? You think e-commerce is dead? Like, I don't get it. FedEx, if you want equity, I'm with you here. Buy some, hold it forever, and you will make a great return on it. I'm almost 100% sure on that, 99% sure on that. It might go down a little bit more. You can DC into some more. FedEx isn't going anywhere. Shopify. Motley Fool pick today, so it had a little bounce. Tomorrow, if the market rolls over, Shop is going to die. That's why I called out these 1350 puts on Shopify today. If we get to open under 1360 tomorrow on Shopify, those puts could go 1000x right in the morning. So we're going to look for 1000% winner on these shop puts if the market rolls over overnight. If anything happens to the debt ceiling bill that they're talking about, I have no doubt in my mind these shop puts are going to be huge, huge winners. So keep an eye for 1360 support tomorrow on Shopify. Other than that, we got CRM, great earnings, great guidance, everything's great. It's just been held back by the market. I'm waiting for the market to clear up a little bit to jump into monthlies or leaps for CRM. I love this company. We're just range bound, just like SE right now. The range on CRM is 270 to 277. Let me write that out for you. 270 to 277. Close below 270 can take short. I don't like shorting this company, especially with their great earnings and guidance. A close above 277, you can take farther out swing plays on this CRM. It looks amazing. Today we closed at 274.58. So obviously we didn't get that 277 main number. Other than that, skills, we took some calls today. Kathy Wood sold yesterday, which is usually, I'm not trying to make fun of her or anything, I have respect for her, but usually when she starts selling off her bag holding positions, that's when they start going up. So she sold skills yesterday. I don't know if she's all out or not. Maybe she was selling more today. But I seen a bunch of flow, a lot of big boys. There was at least 6 or 7 orders and calls on skills. And when you buy it down here, it usually works. You guys remember last time I bought skills, I got 150, 200% on those. And I'm seeing the exact same plays. As soon as you see it like down, it's been down 2, 4, 6, 8 days in a row. 8 days in a row, skills has been down. Very oversold on the daily. Looks like it's curling up a little bit. Stochastics are way down. Weekly probably looks like the same right here. Weekly is almost oversold. The stochastics are rolling down everything. So everything's lining up for a quick temporary bounce. I'm not saying it's going to reverse the trend and go back to $40. I'm saying this thing can bounce to $10. We'll get 200% on those options and we'll be out of there and we'll do better than Kathy did holding it for 6 months. So that's all I wanted to say today. Thank you guys for attending. Let's crush tomorrow and end the week strong. I'll see you guys tomorrow.